Hi everybody, my name is Jim with Full Moon Adventure Club, and today I'm going to be doing a really short destination review on Vedauwoo Campground. This campground is located right in between Laramie and Cheyenne, Wyoming, and it's a really cool spot. However, it is pretty heavily used, and so I didn't actually get to stay there. We got one of the last spots, but it was just completely full. And you guys know me, I like dispersed camping anyway, so what I did is I just kind of put up the drone for a minute to give you some idea of the footage. This is the second time that I've stopped into this campground. And the first time we just kind of discovered it, and we weren't staying, we weren't camping, we just saw it and decided to check it out. And it looked really, really cool. So we planned a trip to go up there. And once we got up there, all the good spots were taken, so it was full. And we decided to move on to a different spot. But I definitely thought it was worth showing you. So I'll get into a little bit about the campground. And we'll just keep this really brief, as I did not stay there and can't tell you everything. But I told you about the location. I'll throw the map up. It's between Laramie and Cheyenne, Wyoming. And it has room for 28 camping spots. And this is very RV friendly, very easy to get to. The 28 spots are going to have fire rings, picnic tables. They do have trash collection throughout the park, and they have vaulted toilets, so there are toilets there as well. There is drinking water in the middle of the campground, and so that's kind of communal. Everybody can go there and get water when they need it. No dump stations for RVs that I saw while I was there. But let's check out some aerial footage just so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. It's beautiful rock formations in there. So let's check it out. We're going to go up from my RV here and just kind of check it out. As we kind of lift up, you can see it has some really beautiful rock formations all over the place, some granite. And they just look like huge stacks, huge piles of rocks all over the place. And it's really, really neat. They do have hiking trails. You can go through this entire area. You can climb on the rocks. There's also rock climbing for those of you that are into that. And there's also a lot of tent camping spots that you have to walk into. And some of them are kind of secluded, so you can kind of get away from everybody. But for those of us in the RV, you're going to be kind of, in one of the two loops that has those 28 spots. And they're pretty decent sized. I'm not sure about the restrictions. I would assume there's not really any until you get into the really monster-sized RVs. But a really pretty area, and you can hike up to the top of these rocks and actually look out and catch some really impressive lightning storms or sunsets. And that's what really drew us to it. I thought that would have been really cool. Unfortunately, we just had to move on basically to the west of where this location is. And I'm going to do a review on that one because it's dispersed camping and it's huge and awesome. But this guy's usually pretty full for my tastes, but for those of you that don't mind getting there a little early and getting your spot, no reservations here, but you can see the freeway right over there where you take the exit, and I will get into the directions here in just a second after we wrap up this drone footage, which I think we're about done with. But the granite structures alone really catch your attention from the road, and once you get in there, there's my RV, and that about wraps it up. So it is $10 a night for a single unit in these campground areas. No potable water. I thought there was, but I guess they just have like water to wash your hands and stuff like that, but no drinking water apparently, so bring your own. And the vault toilets and all that stuff. Now, in order to get there, it's from Laramie, take Interstate 80 east, 15.8 miles to Vedauwoo Road, exit 329. And from there, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you're coming from Cheyenne, then obviously you're just going to look for exit 329 and take that onto Vedauwoo Road. And the spelling's kind of, out there. It's Vedauwoo, Vedauwoo Campground. And GPS is going to take you there, no problems. And it's only like a mile and a half to the campsite turn. So it's right off the road there. But really, really cool. We had a good time walking around and checking it out before we decided to look elsewhere for a little more room to open up. But it's a really, really pretty location, and I would love to go out there and watch some thunderstorms or the sunsets or anything like that. It looks very neat. I think that about wraps it up for most of the stuff that really needs to be said about this campground. The rest is really self-explanatory, and you should definitely check it out if you have the time. One more thing I will mention that it is seasonal. So it's not open all the time because, of course, they're going to get a lot of snow up there. And that's going to be open from, 5:05 to 11:01. So it's closing right now as I do this video, November 1st. But it's actually October 29th, but it's closing very soon, and it opens on 5:05. And so that's the span that you have to go check this guy out. So I thought that was important information too. I really don't see anything else that I'm really missing. Nope, I think that about covers it. But a very cool place that you should definitely check out. So I just wanted to do that brief location review for you. And you can decide whether or not you want to battle the crowds to try and get in there, because it is busy most of the time. And both the times that I went there, that was definitely true. So I hope that helps you out. My name is Jim with Full Moon Adventure Club. If you like the video, please like, share, subscribe. And stay tuned for the video that I'm going to be doing on the dispersed camping that we did just 5 miles down the road from this campsite, which is where we stayed for an entire 3-day span and had a great time. And it's an amazing location. And I'll be sharing that one with you very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. Until the next video, thanks so much for watching and happy camping.